The grass here is good. About as good as I've ever seen.
Cowboys are the only people on Earth that get excited about grass.
In the Yellowstone series finale, Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler leave the family ranch. Now the actors Reilly and Cole Hauser reprise their roles in the new Yellowstone spinoff Dutton Ranch on Paramount+.
We need to find a new slaughterhouse.
What's wrong with the one in town?
Problem with management.
I'm glad you're making friends, honey.
This life here is gonna work, isn't it?
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work. That's right. Reilly and Cole Hauser are also the show's executive producers, and they join us right now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Cole, I'll start with you. After the end of Yellowstone, what was it like to connect again and reprise your roles for this spinoff?
You know, there were rumblings, obviously, when we finished, Yellowstone. And, when we got the call, Kelly and I were kind of, not pensive, but, what is this next iteration? What's it going to be like? And then we sat with Chad and the different writers, and we started to put the pieces together of what this next, I guess, journey would be for these characters. And I'm really proud of what we've accomplished over the last 8 months. I mean, we put our head down. We're EPs on this. We put our creative souls into it. And now the whole world's going to say May 15th. And so I hope everybody enjoys it as much as, we put our heart and soul into it. So.
And I mean, everyone really does need to watch this because it is so gripping. But I mean, you guys are such fan favorites. I mean, I'll admit I am such a Beth fan. Like, I love she's
been flipping out all week.
Yes, I have been.
Waiting for y'all to pull up.
She's such an inspiration of a character. How important for you was it to get it right? Because people do have such an emotional attachment to these characters, and sometimes that's such a beautiful ending on Yellowstone.
Yeah, I agree, and it's an honor to play these characters that are so beloved, and it's a responsibility as well that we took on, and I feel like we're guardians of these characters now. I mean, they were so beautifully written by Taylor Sheridan, just how rich and layered and complex, all that stuff, all those sort of conflicting polarities within her. I felt like I wanted to make sure that we were protecting them in this love story moving forward. But we also got an opportunity to talk about, well, who are they now? After Yellowstone has been given back, the curse has almost been lifted, and they're free for the first time to think, well, what is our life together? What do we want? What is the hopes and what are the hopes and dreams for Rip and Beth and Carter as a family? So that's where we began. But just knowing that we had all of these 6 seasons of knowledge and understanding of what they've been through and who they are. So that's, it's so special. We feel so lucky.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm giving anything away here, but in the first episode, you two were sort of canoodling out by a creek.
Did you say canoodling?
I said canoodling on live television.
That's a very British word, I feel like. A canoodle.
Kelly.
Well, I appreciate it. Do you like a nice canoodle?
Right. Yeah. And I think
I gotta look that one up.
Canoodle.
It's an embrace, but a really kind of like, it's a slightly more intense embrace.
It was more intense. I mean...
Sorry.
We move on. You're embracing.
Everyone is Googling canoodle.
Outside on a there they are. There's that scene, and you say, I feel at peace for the first time. And as soon as you said that, I'm like, oh, look out. Yeah. This is going to end badly.
Right.
You knew it was coming.
Right? I knew. I mean, as soon as she said, I feel
something was coming.
Yeah.
But I think
we were hoping it didn't. But yeah.
In Yellowstone, you are the ultimate insiders. In this series, you are the ultimate outsiders.
That's right.
You're in a new state, new territory, new characters, and you don't have that foundation. That's a really interesting trend and pattern to put in this new series.
Yeah, I think we wanted to burn, everything down and start, with a totally new journey for these characters. And that was such a big conversation piece, going into it, is how do we get them out of this place where, they've built this empire in Yellowstone? How do we come to a place where we can actually build and maybe have, if we're lucky, 5 seasons.
We need to find a new slaughterhouse.
So that was the initial inception, was how do we get to a place where we can actually build from the ashes, literally.
Yeah, quite literally.
Yeah.
We had Annette Bening on yesterday, who plays the Grizzly and Gucci, another strong... She did,
she
right?
Had her glasses on.
She had a very grizzly cuff, yes.
I think it was, if you don't agree with me, then you're wrong.
Yes, it was very in
was
character. She said some very lovely things about working with you both, especially as a scene partner. You know, what was it like to collaborate with her?
It's an actor's gift to get to work with these legends. I mean, Ed Harris, you've been watching him all your life, and I've been watching Annette Bening. So they really made our show a bit legit, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they just brought the powerhouse and, you know, they're legends. So incredibly grateful, and working with Annette was just an absolute blast.
She's so playful.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, you know, you guys do this every day. And, you know, but, like, when you find those moments of, like, purity, you know, and for Kelly and I'll speak for myself. We did scenes, you know, that were just like, okay, they're well written, but what's going on behind your eyes?
That's right.
You know, what's
we talked.
You know what I mean?
That.
Like, what's really going on?
Listen, we got the sneak peek, and it's amazing. Well done, Kelly Reilly, Cole Hauser. Once again, Dutton Ranch premieres this Friday on Paramount Plus. Run, don't walk.